Thinking of two leaders in similar places in their careers and similar ranks on their organizational charts. They're both bright, focused on results, and have a strong work ethic. They're generally respected and well liked by the people who work with them. One leader doesn't stray from what they see as the main reasons for having been chosen for their role. Their meetings and hallway conversations are focused on the topics of the day and the work that needs to be done. The other leader uses FaceTime to add a little extra color. They mention the team members and colleagues who have been working alongside them and praise their contributions. They also make suggestions for handing plum projects to those that they see as capable rising stars. Which leader do you think is seen as CEO material? I'm Suzanne Alnagar, executive coach and founder of Vantage Shift. I empower leaders to transform from reactive to strategic, to lead with confidence and clarity, and to amplify their impact. My clients have landed their ideal roles, forged new leadership paths, and discovered inner strengths and skills that propelled their careers and their organizations forward. In this video, we'll look at how raising others up raises your leadership profile. We'll examine ways that leaders can help others advance, why this helps your career as a leader, some common pitfalls, and how to advocate for others authentically. First, what are some ways that leaders can help raise others' profiles? As a leader, you have many opportunities to help other professionals. One common way is to be a mentor. You can mentor team members inside your organization to help them figure out a plan for success. Mentoring internally typically involves helping your mentee hone skills that are key to doing well in their current role and to develop skills that will get them noticed when it comes time for promotions. As their mentor, it's also partly your responsibility to talk up their talents and to help them better understand the politics in your organization. You can also mentor people outside your company. There are mentoring platforms where you can sign up to meet people in your industry, affinity groups, your alma mater, or professional associations. Those folks are usually looking for a mentor with whom they can be candid about their ambitions and their goals. They can benefit from hearing about your experiences, listening to your advice for reaching that next step, and getting access to your network. I've mentored people inside and outside the companies where I worked. The relationships didn't just work for them. I learned about myself as a leader too. One thing I always thought about in my mentoring relationships was that I may have been the only person that they could talk to who really listened and kept what they said confidential. That's something to keep in mind if you decide to become a mentor. Another way to help team members and others in your organization is sponsorship. When you sponsor someone, that's very powerful. You take an active role in their advancement. While mentoring focuses on upskilling, sponsorship focuses on raising someone's profile. This could take the form of giving them stretch assignments, connecting them with colleagues for lateral moves, or increasing their visibility with decision makers for promotions. Sponsoring people can be very fulfilling. When I look back at my corporate leadership years, what I'm most proud of is helping team members move to roles they really wanted and to get promoted. You can also raise others' profiles without being a mentor or sponsor. You can publicly credit their efforts and achievements. When talking about the project your team just completed, mention the contributions of team members who made a difference. Provide recommendations. You can do this informally in conversations at work or formally through something like LinkedIn recommendations. Be a reference. take a call, answer an email. It's super easy and a great way to help someone over that finish line when they're interviewing. Introduce people to members of your network. Send an email or message them so you can help someone get that informational interview or that key contact for their next role. Now let's look at why this helps you get that leadership bump. When people hear you offer genuine praise for your team members' work, they think of you as a developer of people and builder of strong teams. Raising others' profiles can help you expand your reach and your network. People you mentor, sponsor, or otherwise lift up become allies. As they move around the organization and get promoted, you build a strong network across the company of people who can help spread your reputation as a great leader. I mentioned before that I learned from my mentees, especially when you mentor people outside your team and organization, you gain a fresh perspective. And sometimes you get new information on your industry and trends. And just as mentors share their experiences, mentees, so that mentees can copy what they did, the mentees can also share their experience. And you, as a mentor, can then adopt practices and ideas that you learned from them. Raising up your team members means a greater ability for you to delegate work. This means you can offload the tasks, trusting that they'll be done right and on time. And that leaves more time for the higher level work that will end up helping you get promoted. And when you raise others up at work, you're increasing psychological safety. Team members hear the positive comments, learn from them, and then they feel safer to contribute their own ideas. So, what are some mistakes that leaders make in trying to raise others' profiles? For some in leadership positions, praising or helping others just doesn't really come naturally. They try to do it because they were told it's what leaders do, but they don't know how to do it effectively. And some common pitfalls are, first of all, vague praise. Telling someone good job or telling others someone did a good job doesn't highlight what they're good at or what they did well. Also, giving everyone the same compliments. The art of raising someone else up is that you point out how they did something well due to their unique skills or talents. If you say that everyone on your team is great at analytics, for instance, then no one stands out. And those who hear you say that will assume you're just not paying attention, which is not a great look for a leader. Then there's over advising. If you want your mentees to do what you would do, you're forgetting the critical part of mentoring, which is helping someone else to develop. Most people don't want or need to be micromanaged, including those that you're trying to raise up. Sometimes leaders try to be everyone's mentor. How exhausting! This is a recipe for disappointment and burnout. Not everyone wants a mentor, and chances are most of your team members would actually prefer that you raise their profile in other ways. So, how can you succeed at elevating others in a manner that's authentic and principled? Well, first, be specific with your praise. Tell others about a job well done by saying what exactly the person did well and highlight particular skills that they used. For example, Jody handled that difficult client with warmth and creativity. She listened well and thought of multiple options that could satisfy both the client and our company. Talk about people as individuals. Your team members are probably all very different as people, and they brought very different experiences and backgrounds to your team. The point is to have the target of your profile raising efforts stand out. So say that, for instance, Martin planned the project in detail, taking into account potential risks. Or Maria negotiated the contract to get more favorable terms. Remember that you're helping someone else find their path. I can't think of a single company that benefits from having a bunch of exec mini-me's as employees. Listen to your mentees and help them find their own answers. Be intentional about mentoring and sponsoring. A strong relationship takes time and effort to develop and maintain. Take on just one or two at a time and make sure that you can provide the focus that they need. In this video, we've looked at how leaders elevating others raises their own profile too. We examined ways that leaders can help others advance, why this helps your career as a leader, some common pitfalls, and how to advocate for others authentically. What would you like to do with what you heard in this video? If you're ready to accelerate your leadership journey, I'd love to support you. Book a free discovery call at vantageshipcoaching.com/connect. I'm Suzanne L. Nagar, helping you to become the leader who helps their own career by helping others.